Okay, so we were pretty much done with the middle fretboard, the segmented fretboard here. These are tripentatonic boxes, and they have no repeat notes. Remember the large boxes up here, if you will. Um, they have repeat notes, but they're there to show you that, let's say in the A box over here, I just realized I forgot, I was going to mention something in this A box here. Okay, um, I see my thing is cutting that off a little bit. I'm seeing it, but you're not. That's interesting. Uh, okay, there you go. Is that better? Good. I know what computers can do. So here's your A, and then there's your arrow shaped half diminished. You drop the root a half, you drop the 3 to 2, you drop the 4 to 5. It's so easy. Just go down one scale, remember. If you don't like the halves and the wholes, you can do it on the piano. That way, you just go down one key. It does all that's why people get confused a little bit with the piano, because the halves and the wholes are happening for you. At least if you stay in the key of C. If you start adding accidentals, then you got to figure out, well, you can do the same thing. You can let's say you just want to do something in the key of G. You just add an F sharp there. That means every time you get to F, you hit an F sharp. So now, say you're starting on C, which is the fourth of G, right? And then the fifth would be D major. E minor is G's sixth, and then F sharp half diminished. Again, hitting the F sharp. Every time you hit the F, you hit the F sharp. So that's fun. You just add one accidental at a time, until you go bonkers when you get to like F sharp. It's like, whoa. But if you get to G sharp, all the black keys are a pentatonic scale in G sharp. So that I find very interesting. I find that very interesting, that all the black keys are a pentatonic scale in G sharp. So that's fun to play. The only reason I don't do that is because in my design that I did here, I needed to have um, a little bit of a tab going into those keys, so it made them a little harder to see. The other reason was I didn't know where I was. Same thing with the white notes. I couldn't tell where they were. They can't color the black notes. You could only color the white notes. So, G being red, that it just made it easier. And I love to land on an accidental when I'm playing. It just makes it all so meaningful. Yeah, I love everybody on the, a lot of the electric guitar players, blues players, and everything, guys who've made it in music. Wonderful, the nightclubs and everything. I just wasn't cut out for that. I had to study engineering, even though I went out plenty of times. I ended up just getting married and having to keep up with that stuff. I used to go to concerts though. They were fun. Um, anyway, let's get back to this. So we've got it all on a continuous fretboard up here. So this is everything, and everything. Watch out for everything. You'll get confused. It took me hours to decide what I wanted to do with this. So to decide that I was going to make this fretboard contain, the tripentatonic plus its half diminished. So really, this could be like a cross here too. Cross means, like laid over. So this could be a cross here too, but I just didn't want to get like too ridiculous with the X's. It means and. It means and, So if I said 2 cross 3, it'd mean 2 and 3. So when this ends up crunching it's nice if you do a tripentatonic. Let's say you start on A and you go, then we'll come down on a D, go back up with an E. Now play all the notes. You see how it has every note? It has every note. It's actually a double Mixolydian scale. Okay? Yeah, I did it by looking at the notes. But when I'm playing, a lot of times you'll hear people playing, and really they're going as slow as they need to go. But music will do that. If you slow down for it, it'll slow down for you, and it's still just as meaningful. People miss a lot trying to play too fast all the time. And not saying anything bad about like Root Beer Rag or something. Or sometimes you get these people playing so fast, but then they get this slow theme coming, along with it. Or I saw a YouTube with a guy who was trying to tell you how to play heavy metal, and he's like doing all these things and he hits a couple of notes and he starts to do this little scale. I mean, that's fast mixed with slow. That kind of thing works for me. I like fitting a rhythm to what I'm doing. Sometimes I do that at the gym. Try and adjust my weight so that I can lift, kind of along with the music, nonchalantly, of course. Anyway, so let's look at, so we know this works because this is a tripentatonic, and now we have the full scale. Once we have the full scales in this, in each one of these boxes, okay, again with the E, A, and the C, it still works up there, right? So the E would be coming down on an A and going back up on a C. So we got the full scale there. So we know we have our half diminished seventh arpeggio. All right, so let's look where this really starts. On the seventh here, it goes 7 to 7 to 7 to 2. Okay, so we know this scale's going to go like this. Alright, and that's what it does pretty much. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get this right, but alright, so these work really, really good. These are worthwhile to have. This is just a repeat of this one is a repeat of this guy's a little more detailed, saying it's a D-shaped root chord. It's a G-shaped fourth chord, and it's an A-shaped fifth chord right here, 2, 5, 7. Watch out for the numbering is strictly in root. There's no relative numbering here, to say that 2, 5, 7 would be 5 root 3. Because 3 is the third of G. That kind of thing. Seventh is the third. The seventh of C is the third of G. It's all in the root chord numbering system. And then we're going to go to this part here, which we can't get a look at all of them, but there's four positions of this, and it's a different way of looking at it. So we'll get there in a second.